This time we are not ready.
Okay, so welcome to Tri Virtual Roundtable.
I
Doc,
thought Doc was going to do it.
I think you're glitching a little bit.
thank you. That's what I
I thought Doc was going to do it.
No worries. Look, welcome everybody to Tri Virtual Roundtable. I am Doc Maasi, and
Hi,
that
Doc.
is.
I'm Iceman Stan.
I'm Mr. Harmony.
We got
What's
glitchy.
up?
Yeah, glitchy.
Mr. Glitchy.
We're always glitchy.
Yeah, we're always glitchy.
It's you. It's you.
Yeah,
it's
your
you.
camera's like real pixelated.
Mine is?
So if you're a first time
jumpy,
watcher of our broadcast, please like, subscribe. What's the other thing?
Share.
Like, subscribe, and share. Today,
yes.
We had to change our plans. We originally had an original topic that we were going to talk about, but due
tariffs.
to
it was tariffs.
Tariffs, right? No, agreed. And then because of the assassination, I would say that, of Charlie Kirk, we wanted to change our discussion, a broad discussion about life in America and how can we, I guess, as individuals, bring balance back, and how we need to look at what's going on from both sides. I think it's way too polarizing. We all agreed that it's way too polarized. We had conversations about it, and we wanted to have a discussion, and we really invite our viewers to really pitch in. And it doesn't matter what your views are, just pitch in and let us hear what you have to say. And anybody else want to jump in on that?
What you got, Icy?
Charlie
Let me talk to some chats real quick. Good afternoon, guys. Great subject.
I've been silent.
Delve into today from Honey Bear, and I know. I don't know what that's all about.
You did
Kim, I know. Kim says, "Hey guys,"
hey,
and Tracy says, "Hey guys, excited for this talk." Yes, me too. I agree.
And I want to apologize first to all the people who are watching that the Eagles are on, and these clowns do a podcast right during football season.
Hey!
Neither one of them
Focus
have teams.
Focus here. There you go. All right. So yes, and Jody says, "Hey guys, what's up, Jody? What's up,
Jody?
So we are talking today about this incident that happened. So I personally want to just throw this out there just in case anyone has any question or anyone getting what he got is unacceptable on all levels. No one should be taken out like that, or no one should be assassinated, however you want to say it, for whatever, saying it on here. That's unacceptable on all levels, and God does not like that, not one bit. So let's throw that out there. I want to make sure that's clear from my perspective. I might not have agreed with what he said on some aspects, and there's some things that I don't agree on, but at no time is it acceptable to take to that violence. And this is where today's podcast we want to kind of focus on, is not as much as the details of what he talked about and what he was, but the fact that he had an open debate platform to be able to have conversations about whatever political, religious side you're on. He had an open forum, which is what we are doing right here. So we're having an open forum for communication, whether it be IC having a different stands on certain items or whatever the case is, but we can sit and talk, and Doc has his perspective, and we can sit and have these conversations without the violence, and it just had me thinking today, and it kind of hurt me, because by allowing this to continue on, what it's saying is that because I have an opinion, even doing this smaller podcast, and we're not like out there to the media or masses, to thousands and thousands of people, but I still have a voice and a platform. So that means that if somebody decides they don't like my whatever I say, they get to come after me. I'm like, no, that's unacceptable on all levels. So I look at things like that, and where we are, and I just want to kind of just start out by saying that. Icy, you're up.
So I think this subject and this topic is going to jump around a little bit. You know what I mean, with what we're talking about, because something else will come up. But First thing I want to say is that I think everybody needs to listen to each other, because if you're only one-sided, one-minded, you're not going to learn anything. For example, Doc, we were talking about something. And Doc said, well, blah blah blah, they're white supremacists or some shooters. We're just talking about like shooters, right? And you said, oh, they're white supremacists, and I'm like, I don't know if there's a lot of white supremacists doing the shooting. I know that because nationally, white supremacy really, like in numbers, is low, right? But in activity that we see, I guess I'm thinking maybe it's high because of what you said. So that
Tennessee.
made me. Well, no, yeah, I think Tennessee was one of them, but
Yeah.
and something Valley was another. So so what that made me do was, my personality is, I want to look it up. I want to research
Right.
it. Because
Yep.
because Doc, if you're
Same
wrong,
thing.
I'm going to say there's been 0 shooters that were right. 'Cause I want to be able to say that.
Right.
Like I'm not saying I'm a white. Obviously, I'm not a white.
No.
Right.
But
Right.
I'm not supporting that. But I want to be able to debate it just like Charlie Kirk, right? I want to know, but I want to know what the facts.
Hey.
So I looked it up, and I was shocked that there was like 3 of them that were mentioned, and I just went back 10 years, right? But I was really shocked, and I was like, that's very interesting. That's very interesting.
Perspective.
Yeah,
And understanding someone else and taking that time, and you're right. So just stop for a second and try to, I don't want to say put yourself in their position or in their place, but just take a minute, take a beat without taking this instant attack that you don't want to open your mind to say, maybe this person might have something of value. They might be saying something that I need to listen to. And whatever it is, just take that poured out. Just take a second and just listen to it for a second and try and maybe, like you said, do the research.
Well,
there might be some truth in it.
Because like social media that I'm looking is obviously directed one way, right? So when they say something, I'm like, even if they say something, I'm like, yeah, I agree with you. I'm like, there's more to this story, right? I already know it. This is what this platform is saying. So there's obviously more. And so then I dive down the other rabbit hole, right? I go the other way because and then like if someone says something, like there's another person that sends me like videos and stuff. I'm like, I get what you're saying. I go, but did you know this? And they're like, no, that's a lie. I go, no, it's not. So that
I've run into that as well.
Right.
Yeah, that narrative that you're pushing is actually wrong. Like
Right.
that we don't want that on, let's say, I'll say our side, right? Right versus left. Like I don't want that wrong information coming from our side either, right? Like there's a lot of stuff coming out, about the shooter, right? And the first thing is a lot of people sent me, oh, well, your buddy was this, like my buddy, the shooter, right?
Yeah,
and
right.
I'm like, first of all, he's not my buddy. Like I really wouldn't hang out with murderers, but then so
not something
I had
I
to
do.
debunk it, right? I had to debunk it, right? I had to say no, and I'm like, it's not only me; it's national news that's contradicting that what's out there. But
Right.
social media is saying this, and it pushes it. So if all you're looking at is one side, right, then then you're missing out. You're missing
Right.
out.
So let me get to some chat. I'm sorry, Doc. Go on.
No, go ahead to the chat. Go to
real
chat.
quick.
See what somebody said.
So we got Honey Bear said the Bible says thou shalt not commit murder. However, there are people, Christians too, who seriously are not sad for him, but for for his family who are suffering his loss. So yes, there are, and that is again unacceptable. No one should be celebrating or not affected by the fact that, I mean, I don't care whether it's a him or a mass shooting or something else. I must feel some type of way and sympathize with all of it that's going on. I have to as a human and as a Christian and as a person that believes, that's something that I'm supposed to do, is just stop and actually mourn for them. So let me get to the chats one more sec. I'm sorry. Alex the Bernard Lover says, hey guys, and L Jackson said, stop expecting people to sympathize with the very people who hate them. It's extremely invalidating.
Wait, read that again. Read that again.
I know. I want to understand it. So L. Jackson, please give a little more context.
No,
'cause
no,
I
no.
wanna-
Just say it again.
I know. I'm just going to read it one more time. Stop expecting people to sympathize with the very people who hate them. It's extremely invalidating.
Yeah.
Um,
So I mean, from a woman's perspective, that's Miss Jackson. How you doing, Latoya? How are you?
hey.
So what she said is like so now that Charlie Kirk, this whole tragedy has happened. So people are repeating the stuff that he said. Like for a woman's perspective, like a woman, like what is it? The woman black pilot, was that it? That if he sees one of what she qualified, and here's the thing, they have to go through the exact same training as everybody else. So
Right,
however
that
they
was the
got
guy,
in.
yeah. The
And
male.
you know what? I
the
had a
black
doctor
male.
friend of mine that had a very poignant point. So Charlie Kirk didn't get into the academy, and I think he wrote this paper that got some attention on Breitbart, and it was like he felt that somebody black took his place. I'm gonna be soft with that because it's the specifics of it, but generally that was it. He wrote this paper, and my buddy had a point where he said, well, 90% of them, 90% of those seats are white males. So you're mad about the 10% of seats that was taken by people of other ethnicities, but 90% were taken by white males or whatever the
Right.
white majority. But anyway, but I thought that was interesting that he put it out like that. So you're complaining about a few seats where these people got to go through the exact same training. So nobody's gonna be underqualified
Right.
to get there. But he's mad. He was mad that he didn't get that seat. Blah blah blah. Anyway, my thing is, so she's right. You can't get mad at the world for repeating some of the nonsense that he said. And I don't want to make it seem like I support Charlie Kirk in any particular way. I just didn't like the fact that he was assassinated on national TV in front of his family. I thought that myself was like, whoa, now that's that. And I know now people were telling me on Facebook, they're like, look, F his family and rest in piss and everything. I'm like, I hear you, but at the end of the day, the man got assassinated. He still had a child. He wanted to raise. But I do not give children. I'm sorry. Yeah, his children. Yeah, his children. And but I still can't give any respect to some of the absolutely outrageous, idiotic stuff he said, because he was really off the chain. Not to say he deserved what he got, but he said some stuff that's like, damn, bro, like, come on, man. Like, really?
So it's like I'm conflicted. I feel like a hypocrite when I'm saying this, what I'm going to say. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't, okay, so I don't think that his words should have got him shot, right? I don't think that his freedom of speech or whatever you want to say in that exactly how it happened, that shouldn't result to that, right? But then, like, there are people out there that are like laughing, celebrating, singing songs, doing all this, like super happy. And now they're being fired from their jobs, right? There's just someone in Washington that was just fired too. But it's happening a lot, right?
On both sides.
Yeah, whatever. I'm saying people that are commenting about this, that are giving they're happy and really super happy about it, and they're singing praises to the shooter and blah blah blah, right? So they're getting fired. Now, a little bit of me is like, good, you deserve that, right? Because that's very hateful, right? That's a very wrong way to look at a death of someone. But then I think, well,
hold on one sec. Hold on, Icy. I'm sorry. Hold that thought, and please remember. Hey, Doc, can you turn that down real quick?
What?
The TV.
You serious?
Yes. Turn it down.
The football game?
It's very loud. It's very loud.
Turn it down.
Get on my nerves. Okay.
Yeah.
Turn it down.
Just turn it down. Keep that thought, Icy. Keep that thought, Icy.
I don't
keep it in there. Okay. Turn it down. Turn it down.
What was I saying?
All right, so I can go to chats real quick while he's doing this because we got some interesting chats
now we're really
here.
gonna mess me up.
No, so keep it in your mind because it's gonna be on here. So let's see. Innate Ways said people need to stop assuming people hate others. Mm-hmm. And Tracy said, I don't know everything about what Charlie Kirk said, so I can't defend it, but we should all have more humanity. I agree. That's exactly what I was saying. So if it's not, and this is coming from Kim, I hope you guys don't mind me telling you guys' names on here. You put the chat on. So I'm not talking to you. So if it's not hate, then what is it? Inmate. Is it inmate? Inmate. Okay, I don't know. And then Arcadian says his belief in words prompted hate towards certain races and groups. If it's not an assumption, and then that was it. And then Innate Ways said DEI is real. It's the different it's the difference in going to McDonald's and not having a basket of fries fly, flying at you.
Do,
Oh, like that one video where that
Yeah,
lady
like that
comes
one.
back.
Okay, yeah. Kim said, very true, Tracy. Do you know what DEI stands for? Yeah,
mhm.
I mean, if we might want to. I don't know if that's going off topic, but
Yeah,
I
I don't
do
think we
want to.
should
I
get there.
do want to talk about the DEI one day, and
Yeah, let's don't
and
do it now though.
the misunderstanding what goes on with it. That'll be another topic one day. So please, I think we need to
DE,
talk about it.
not
Yeah.
just about color.
So yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Didn't earn it, and then
Right.
Innate Ways says didn't earn it.
Mhm.
Earning it meaning if I have to go through the process, I think I did earn it.
Mhm.
See,
And
I don't want to get
Arcadian,
on. I don't want to get
yeah,
on
I
the
know.
DEI.
That's a
I don't
whole
want to get on.
nother. Okay, so now we're getting some cursing going on in
But
here.
it wasn't.
Ooh, somebody's
Uh,
cursing.
yeah, get the F out of here. And that was by Arcadian. I'm saying names. So
Mm.
diversity, equity, inclusion is what DEI stands for. Thank you. I
Mhm.
appreciate that.
Right.
Innate Ways. Appreciate it. Honey Bear said you didn't mention what I said. What did I miss, Honey Bear? Hold on. I thought I did. I thought I got it. Yeah, I did. Thou shalt not commit murder. However,
Right.
that was the only one you said. Yeah, I said that. A
So,
family of suffering is lost. Yeah, I said that. I didn't see another
but
one.
here,
All right. And then yeah, innate. It's a real world. Okay.
my
So
major problem is okay. That happened. Blah
wait,
blah
I'm sorry,
blah.
Doc. I'm sorry to
Damn,
interrupt.
that's okay.
Icy, please finish saying
I
what
don't
you were saying.
remember what we were saying. I
Dang
don't.
it!
I
I was
really
trying
don't.
to get you to remember. I'm
My
sorry, Icy.
problem.
Well,
My
I needed
that was
to
like
turn
10
that
minutes
music
ago.
down. I needed
Anyway,
to turn
go
the
ahead.
music down. Sorry, or the TV.
It's down.
Oh no, I did. That's why I was telling Icy.
Oh,
I'm
oh.
sorry.
My problem is the government. My real core problem is this bull crap media and the government. You have government officials that before he was even pronounced dead, I believe, that they were talking about trying to blame it on the libs and Democrats. And but then like the fool on Fox News, he's sitting there talking about we're at war and stuff like this. Yet the caption under him was like the shooter hasn't been identified. Like we are so dumb. I mean, our government is just so off the chain now. And I'm not gonna say any what part, it just doesn't matter. Take it for what it is. Like Melissa Hortman, right? Minnesota
Mhm.
Government official, I believe it was Minnesota. Her and her husband was killed inside their house, inside their home. Latoya, stop it.
I
She
know
just sent me a
she's.
message.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
I know.
just put something on here
I
too.
know,
I know. I got.
Latoya.
I'm
What
gonna
did
say
she
it.
say?
Now,
But
don't worry,
but but
Miss Jackson. I'm gonna say it.
all right, our government didn't even do anything for her, anything, and she was an actual government official, implementing policy for our country. Her and her husband were killed by Vance Bolter, which I'm not gonna say obvious, but a conservative, a religious conservative. What? I mean, our government is so off the chain, it's ridiculous, and it's so one-sided, it's so pathetic. The fact that Charlie Kirk is shot, and it's like, oh, half-mast, military honors, I mean, whatever they're doing and stuff like that. But you got Melissa Hortman, her and her husband were assassinated, but because they're
And still
Democratic,
hasn't condemned it, by the way.
and still
And still hasn't
condemned
condemned it
still hasn't
in
condemned it.
public. He still hasn't condemned it in public. So I mean, he instantly did it for Charlie Kirk. And again, that's
Well,
where you look at you look at these things. And again, let's take out the politics out of it for a second, just for a second, because I know that's what we're talking about right now. America should not be a country of assassinations. For speaking your mind, for having a different of opinion, for any of the reasons that anybody can justify in their mind a reason for killing someone else, that's unacceptable on all levels. And I think that's where the direction needs to be focused. And again, whether it's a left, a right, I'm just going to throw this out there. We all on both sides do some banana stuff and say banana stuff. And I would even throw this out there that both sides are hypocritical on a lot of levels. Not every way they're hypocritical, not every way, but there are times, even if you just keep going back. I mean, I could play 50 clips of of a Democrat being hypocritical. I can play 50 clips of a Republican side being hypocritical.
Like
So
they
what
say,
needs to
the left and the right are from the same bird. They're just
Right.
right wing, left wing, same bird.
So stop the tit for tat. Stop for not say, well, the Democrats said this last time and the Republicans said this last time. Stop. Let's just stop killing. Let's just stop going after people that have an opinion, that want to say something. Now, there are ways to handle situations. There are ways. I know.
I'm getting messages, bro.
I got a question. I got a question. I got a question.
Okay, go on. Go on.
Okay. No, this is the question. So, are we failing at teaching how to handle disagreement without resulting in violence? Are we teaching our kids the wrong way to deal with disagreement, and is violence just the only way they go to?
Is that the go-to? Right. And again, let's go back. Let's start looking at it. And again, I being the children's pastor, being being the children's pastor, and really seeing, if you look at these kids that are going in and doing these mass shootings, and I call them kids, they're younger, and all this stuff, regardless of what are we as a society teaching these kids and bringing them up and having them go out and having these? Are families having these sit down talks just because they don't agree with their politics or their whatever? Are we having an open environment for our kids to have a conversation about what they're struggling with? Are we actually listening to what they're saying? Because again, those are the ones that we need to be touching, because they're the ones that are going to be leading our future. So why are we not paying attention to our kids and saying, listen, how are you feeling? Put this money in more social stuff. I mean, it's just, I'm sorry, go on.
Yeah. No, that was the question. That's what I mean. Are we failing at teaching our youth?
Oh, we're failing the hell. We're failing the hell out of our educational system. Is ridiculous. I mean, at the end of the day, first of all, we're failing to pay our teachers. I know that's slightly off subject, but at the end of the day, if we don't take care of our youth, and
but it starts at home, regardless of the schools.
True.
It starts at home.
True, but they spend a lot of time in the school, so the influence of the teacher is massive.
I mean, we could get into
totally different. So, totally different.
Yeah.
I got you.
Okay, so can I get to some chats if that's okay?
Yeah, Arcadia,
we're right
come back.
In the middle of talking. We're right in the
middle.
I'm
sorry. I didn't know. Okay, go on. I'm sorry.
You actually disappeared.
I disappeared. I know.
Hold up. Don't disappear and then come back and try to run stuff.
I didn't know if it was. That's what I asked.
Like, for real.
That's
what
I asked.
Go do the chat. Go ahead.
No, go on.
No, we were done.
I told them that I was going to get to the chat because Doc's getting these messages.
No, but you were gone though. That's
I know.
What I'm saying.
So
why am I getting messages?
L. Jackson said, "Stop gaslighting people. We all heard his hate speech, and if you didn't consider it hate,
but is hate speech
hold on. Of course not. It never does.
Okay.
No one is saying that. Didn't consider it hate, you might be part of the problem. Now, I just want to touch on that comment alone, just real quick before I go to some of these other ones. And I think that's an excellent point. Just because you don't categorize it in your mind as hate speech, a person,
I don't know if you go there.
I know a person that is receiving it will take it as hate speech because of the words that are coming out of his mouth.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say.
So it's a perspective. So for someone to say, no, he was not saying hate speech, you can't say that, because if in my perspective, if he's saying something that hurts my race or goes against my belief, then that would be hate speech, and I can categorize that as hate speech. Okay, so if I say that someone is doing hate speech,
if I said, let's say I said, well, I don't think that, biblically you shouldn't be gay, right? You shouldn't, that's a sin. And according to the Bible, it's outlawed. You can't do it, right? Like that's wrong. Right. You can't do it. And then someone who's gay could say, that's hate speech. You say that to me.
You can say it, but I wouldn't consider
that. No, but it's the
again,
person that's receiving it.
Right. And they can.
If someone says, oh, if you voted for Trump, blah, 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 then I could say, well, that's hate speech because I voted for him.
and you get that
Right.
choice.
Right.
But
So
the
hate
but the
speech is in the
reaction
eye of the beholder in a lot of these cases. Now there's
Well,
blatant things that you could say,
right
right? There's
is
you could say like
100% hate speech,
that
no
is
matter
really
how you look
wrong.
at it.
But then
Yes.
again, it goes back to scroll on, right? I'm not going to listen to someone that's battering something that I
But
like.
he was influencing way too many people. Like his
But
stuff was,
all you got to do is turn it off. Like if
no, he was
why
on college
can't you?
campuses
Okay, so let
influencing.
me get back to these real quick because I know we're
gonna
going to
interrupt
start
me?
going on a tangent here real quick. Honey Bear Catherine
I think people
said,
like the tangents.
"Hey,
We don't
I
like
know
to
they
be
do.
interrupted.
Women's perspective is the sex of a person essential in this case." Yeah, that's what she was talking about, was the women's perspective and the what he said against women, and we can't discount how they see that.
Again, I don't want to get into nuts and bolts.
I know. Did the left not say take the people out? Okay, that's again we're talking again about I never heard a hate speech. Now, innate ways, again, that goes back to how you perceive it. Now, just because you haven't innate ways doesn't mean it's not happening.
But
Just
like
because
I said,
somebody has an opinion
if
that it's
someone
not
is a
happening, you
religious
can't
nut,
say that
right,
it's
and
not.
they're preaching the Bible, and you're an atheist, everything that person's saying to the atheist, they could say that's hate speech, no matter what or little, right?
So I have to respect that. So I have to respect that that's how they feel. So I can't say that it's not happening. Who did he hate? Well, we already got into that. No one. That's what I mean. Oh, let's see. Jody T. Gotcha. And then Innate Way says today people will record their kids putting their finger in a socket instead of slapping their hand. Yeah, I agree. That's that again. That's a parenting thing, and I agree. That's something that they should be looking at.
Let's go back to the videos where you give your baby a lemon, right? Let's get those reactions out.
Hate it all. It's called truth, and making excuses for it is why we are here. Okay, so again, those are your opinions, and those are very welcome. And again, we look at it, and I have to take it as that is your opinion, and I have to respect it, but I might not believe it.
What did Black people do in this situation? Like, why are Black colleges and universities? The president of our university had to go on national TV and talk about death threats to historically Black colleges and universities. What did Black people do?
Yeah, I heard a lot also, and this is another thing on the other side is I see posts now. See, this is another. So I see was talking about how people are posting the screw him and all this other stuff, and he deserved it and all that. But we look on the other side, and I've seen a lot of other posts saying, "Oh, it's war now. Oh, we're out to get the Dems now. We're out to get you guys." And so that again, you look at that rhetoric, and you look at on both sides. Neither side can say, yes, we're not at fault. No, yes, we should have maybe communicated what we're saying better, or whatever that is. But you can't just say, well, one side is doing one thing and the other side isn't, because we're seeing it firsthand on both sides. I can put 50 videos of one side and put 50 videos on the other side, and you can look at them and go, you're both doing it. So what do? We just keep saying each other we're doing it.
You're playing this nice little balancing act, and I like it.
I hate it.
In certain aspects you can, but I remember somebody posted something that says, since when has it become like hateful to repeat somebody else's quotes? So people are just quoting what Charlie Kirk said, right? And then you have people who are more conservative, like blah blah blah, trying to defend it. Like, bro, but he said that.
Well,
and I speak English.
Okay, so I didn't want to get into the nuts and bolts, but a lot of the stuff that
I know.
A lot of the quotes that are being put out there, they stop at a certain point, right? Like the empathy. They're like, well, you don't want empathy. And they stop it right at, I don't like the word empathy. And then you read the rest. He goes, I would prefer the word sympathy. And it was talking about politics, empathy in politics versus sympathy, because they go, you can't always put yourself and feel what they're feeling, but you can have sympathy for the way people are feeling. So there's a difference in the words. He said, I would rather use the word sympathy than empathy. But people cut it off right at empathy, right? They go, oh, he don't like blah, blah, blah. He just deserves what he gets. again, like the whole thing about he believes in gun rights and he says a few deaths are acceptable, right?
Right.
Like that's being thrown around. If you listen to the whole speech, he's saying that in society we are giving a certain amount of deaths, we're saying as a society are acceptable. Car deaths, 50,000 a year, right? That's acceptable to give our freedom to drive and to get our goods from one place. So we know, okay, we could eliminate cars completely. That would stop car deaths, right? That would stop them. There's a lot of things. Alcohol, we could stop. We could look, prohibition happened, right? We could say no more alcohol, right? And then that would stop a lot of the drunk drivers, right? That would stop a lot of people doing whatever, right?
Nah,
we could eliminate
they do it
guns.
illegally, but
Hold
I
on.
don't
Yeah, they
could-
would still do it
we could
illegally. I know.
Hold on. We can eliminate guns, right? I'm just saying, let's say in a perfect world, all these things were eliminated, regardless, because you can make a gun yourself, right? With a piece of pipe or whatever.
Mhm.
But I'm not going to give any directions. But
Thank you. I appreciate that.
yeah. But no, like you could take away all the guns, right? Like it, and that'll eliminate all the gun deaths. Obviously, it will, right? But then what's society going to do? They're going to use knives. They're going to use cars. They're going to use something else. It's not going to stop it, right?
Well, I get that, and you're 100% right that's not the answer, is to get rid of everything. So again, if that's not the answer, then let's go to the table and try and find and get both sides to the table and say, if there's a problem, let's try to solve it the right way. And that's not what's happening. You're getting too much conflict. You're getting too much negativity. Hold on one second. We got a lot of chats. It's going crazy.
Okay, well, I'll say this too. Like,
Go on while you say that. I'm going to read these for a second.
Okay, no, go. Oh, you're just going
No, to myself, just to kind of
oh.
scan through.
What's
Go
up,
on.
Icy?
So no. So like for like the cars, right? Like drunk drivers and stuff. You could say, well, if we eliminate guns, then that's going to stop it, right? Well, outlaws and criminals don't follow the law, so it doesn't even matter. It's a crime to murder, but they murdered, right? So they don't
Right.
care about the law. So just like if you got your license taken away because you were drunk driving, and you get back in the car and you drive, they're breaking the law. We took the license away. We did the steps that are needed, right? But they still broke the law.
Yeah, I
Just
think people are going to hate that comparison, though. You talking
No,
about
no,
somebody.
No, I'm just saying, like, society is saying. So basically, what I didn't want to get in all this, but like, in my opinion, I guess I should say,
Yes.
Charlie Kirk was doing the comparison to say, like, those deaths are acceptable, including his own, right? But those are acceptable in order to keep our Second Amendment right, the right to protect yourself, to the right to protect our country from a tyrannical government, right? That's the right to hunt with a gun. Like all these things, it's a right. It's you know what I mean, like to do that in our Constitution. So
I get that. Yeah.
yeah. So he's not saying that it's acceptable. He doesn't like the fact that there's deaths. He would rather be no deaths, right?
So I agree. So let's flip that. So
Okay.
instead of saying acceptable, what other word could he have used to make it better than what he did? By using that word hold on, let me finish. Let me finish. By using that word acceptable, he now changes the narrative. Because in your mind, you automatically, and I don't care who you are, if you say it's acceptable, that means you're saying it's okay.
As
so
a
what,
society,
which is not,
no, it's not. No,
which
no,
is not
acceptable.
True. I get that.
No,
but that's what we get.
Well,
hold on one second. Hold on. Let me finish.
It's not acceptable for a drunk driver to kill a family either.
Right.
It's not acceptable.
So that's why I wouldn't say it's acceptable to allow all of these things to happen in order to keep our freedoms. I wouldn't say it's acceptable. I would use other words than that.
What word would you use?
What I would use.
Charlie Kirk was making money, creating chaos.
So fighters in the ring make money for beating other people up.
So does that again?
Yeah, but you can't do the comparison because
I'm just saying that's what his job. That's what he did.
If you take it at basic language, English language, yeah, you can say that. But if you take it from a real person perspective, like we're 3 old guys, right? So we're not statistically inclined to know all these specifics. But when you talk about the general temperature of the U.S., he was not healthy at all. at all. I mean, you got
Again.
the Ku Klux, you got the Klan walking down Tennessee, like, going for a beer now. Like, they're all getting together, the white supremacists. That all this, and I want to bring this to it too. All this real, I mean, don't get me wrong, racism has always been an underlying tone of the world, I'd say. But my thing is that all this really didn't come to pass until the past, couple elections. I'm just gonna say, like, everything was cool. Was at least people were trying to work things out to some degree. Now, all of a sudden, this is extreme.
I think even under Obama, there was race problems because.
Well, yeah, I mean, when you threaten to lynch him outside the White House, I mean, damn.
See, we're getting way off topic, but what I'm saying is that there were race. That since '60s, there's been race problems. So,
shit, you want to go back a little further than that, bro?
Wait, we need to go way back.
I'm going way back. I just keep going back centuries. So anyway, it doesn't matter. 1600s. Wow,
I saw a video today that kind of talks about that as well. So I mean, and that's if we really want to grapple with, right? Well,
we're humans.
We can't have that.
If it's not race, it'll be something else that divides people. It'll be money, or it'll be that this person lives over here. They live in this part of town. It's going to be something that divides. It may not be race, but we're never going to be. Humans are.
I said it. What did I say before though? Humans are garbage.
Yeah,
we're garbage and we're screwed.
Yeah. Well, that's where God comes in. See, that's where God comes in. That's where God comes in, because I'm going to tell you what's going to happen.
That was hate speech, Doc. I just felt hate speech right now. You said I'm garbage.
No, I believe it. I remember my ex-wife and I were in a car with another couple, and I said, it's just going to get worse. It's not going to get better. It's just not.
It is going to get better because Jesus is in control.
Yeah, but he need to come on because he's taking.
No, he's got it. Don't worry. Don't worry. I have faith. I have faith that he's got this under control. Again, we keep barking back and forth with each other, not us three, but we as a society keep barking back at each other, and we keep forgetting that he's in control. And
all right, what are some of these chats? Where are some of these chats?
Oh, you guys ready? All right, so hold on.
Am I getting cursed out?
Yeah, we all are.
I probably.
All right, so let's see. We got Nate saying, boy, it isn't hate at all if you call truth called.
Who is Nate? Who is Nate?
I don't know Nate Ways. I don't know. But he's our
I like him.
I guess. Yeah, I'm sure. Excuse for it is why we're here. I missed that a little bit. So here's Kim. They take the rights away from parents. You speak your kids, and the kids don't agree.
Spank or
spank them. I guess that's what she said.
I don't know.
She said speak, but I think
speak. Maybe.
Yeah, spank your kids, and the kids don't agree. They can call the children's services and get them all picked up.
Call them.
No,
I wish my kids would call them.
Yeah, no, I used to say that too. I wish they would call them.
But it's so true now.
Let them take them. Let them take them. Come get them.
I know.
Come take my kids. I'll let them take them. Every single one of them. If I spank them and my kids called CPS and they called them and CPS can't, you go sit with them then. Okay, so hold on. Let me finish the chats. I know. I have a let's see. Tracy said, I have a question. If we're talking about someone who you agreed with, would you be upset when they get killed? Yeah, I would get upset if anybody was killed. I don't care if it's President,
but more so
Trump. I don't care if it was Trump. I don't like him at all. But if he got killed,
no,
I would
what I'm
be really
saying
upset.
But basically, but basically, if you did agree with somebody and you followed him or whatever it is, not Charlie Kirk, let's use someone else.
Right, just somebody. Mm-hmm.
Right. And then they get killed, you're gonna mourn them more than you do that someone's opposite in that spectrum.
Oh, I agree. I agree.
Like Melissa Hortman.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. So
I remember there was. I don't know.
How do you talk to your kids?
There was a lot about the.
I talked to my kid. I told them to come get them. I told them to come pick their kids up. Let's see. Innate Arc. I don't think you know what love or hate is. Or I think
who?
Nate said that too. I don't know.
Probably.
Maybe to Kim. All right. Is okay. So Honey Bear said we have become such
no
a
biting in the chats. Just talk, discussion.
Just chit chatting. All right. Let's see. Such a politically correct society that when someone like this happens, people cannot fully express what they think and feel without criticism. Again, that goes back to our main topic. What we're talking about today is that freedom of speech. We do have that freedom of speech, and yes, we should be able to go to a platform and speak our mind, depending on, again, what it is. There are some limitations. And do you guys not agree that there would be limitations to speak in your mind? You can't, like, would there be any limitations
Look,
in your mind?
I see. Look, I think
with
we need some sort of censorship, because I think the BS is
no,
coming
see,
over
no,
Facebook. See, I believe it, because what happens
so
is,
like
look,
I said, let me go back to
of
what I was
everybody.
talking
Even
about before.
I would say
Let me go back
censor
to what
us.
I was originally
I would say
talking about.
censor Democrats, Republicans.
I just think just
Go on.
censor Doc and Devlin, but that's just me.
Yeah.
No, what I was originally talking about before all the other stuff, me being a hypocrite, because I found it, I was like, good, I'm glad you got fired, right? Like, that's my first instinct. I'm like, dude, you were laughing and you were so excited, and you were like, and they don't have their dad anymore, so they won't be corrupted. And I'm like, what are you talking about, right? Like, but anyway, so and one side, I'm saying their speech, I was happy that was the result of that, right? But now really they should have the freedom to say that, right? So I had to back myself up and say, you know what? I got to practice what I preach. If I start to see a video and they're laughing about him, right? I'm just going to scroll away, because I'm not going to waste my energy on that, right? So, but at the same time, like, I don't think he should have been shot for his words, but me saying that, oh, that's what they deserve to get
Martin
fired.
Luther King certainly should have been shot for his words.
Shouldn't
have.
Oh, shouldn't have. Right.
Oh, you thought he said
should?
I did. I was like, that was way out there.
Oh,
that
yo,
was way out there.
On my behind,
wait, yeah, we need to correct that right out of the gate.
Real quick.
Can you rewind that transcript, please?
Yeah.
But he was legitimately trying to bring people together. I mean, he was legitimately, and I remember, because I think we had this debate about this. You said, well, people can interpret what he's saying, and you're going to have some people, especially back then, or who think that what he's saying is dangerous, like trying to integrate the schools, the bus system, and stuff like that. They would think that is dangerous, and that's why he was killed. And but when you think about from a common sense standpoint,
he was anti-government too. He was big on that
government sucks
platform.
at this point.
No, I know, but he had more than just the segregation. Like,
right, but his overall speech, I have a dream, does not say, you know, white people can't fly planes, or, you know, white people don't have any whatever. It's no racist stuff against white folks. It's trying to uplifting of black people. And at the end of the day, he was shot. And it's like, well, I mean, if you're thinking it from a common sense perspective, he was just talking about people coming together and live as one, and he gets shot. Charlie Kirk, on the other hand.
Well, then you got Malcolm X, right?
Well,
he was shot. Malcolm, he was assassinated.
Well,
right?
Now we can't go through the list of everybody got shot. Like Malcolm X.
No. Let's use those three.
He had another perspective.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. His perspective wasn't the same as Martin Luther King, but he was still shot. Right. And Charlie Kirk is not the same either.
By having his opinion.
But so that's what I mean. It's not the message that these people are doing, the debate. It's not their message what I'm concerned about. Obviously we're going to say hate speech and all this stuff, but let's just look at the fact that they were assassinated for their opinions and speaking what they believe was right. Whatever that was, that's what they were
in their opinion. Yeah.
Right.
And that's what and so that's what I'm getting on some chats here too. Is we had Monica says every person has their own opinion. We can't hate someone for having a different opinion than us. And I agree. I can never hate anyone, and I don't hate anyone, but I can very much disagree with what they say or their opinion. I can disagree, but I don't have to hate them or disrespect them. I think disrespect is a huge key. It is not acceptable, but perhaps agreeable among people who dislike what he said. Honey Bear Catherine said. And then Kim said, I said the same thing, call them. I didn't get that all the way, maybe. Okay. And then Mama Rose said, there will always be racism. What's up, Mama Rose? There will always be racism, but through education, faith, solidarity, love, it can be reduced. And I agree. That's that's what I want to focus on.
Arcadian put something. Arcadian, I'm going to say something. Most atheists have better morals and love towards everyone than most Christians. Prove me wrong. And I understand what she's saying. Why is everything done under the Christian the Christian banner. Like Christians, of course, done more atrocities in history than pretty much any other damn group of people in history. Now, I'm not saying there's some other groups that aren't, that don't take up there
Get
as well.
involved.
Yeah, let's don't get into religious talk. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole nother.
Well, I mean, everybody does. It's like
we can get into that.
Well, Muslims do a lot.
Muslims.
Too.
I mean, there's a lot of. But again, you look at, and that's a whole nother conversation.
Right,
so yeah,
right,
Doc.
Right.
Well,
that's I got the message, so I had to put it out.
That's our part 2 of our racism talk that we talked about last time. We did say we want to do another part 2.
Yeah,
anyway.
we do definitely want to do
it. It's true. We can't. Okay, so Monica said it's true. We can't say what we really think, and yeah, and that's what's the hard part. Bottom line, God is in control, and that's what Honey Bear said. Mama Rose said, and again, when I say that God is in control, and that's how I personally feel. I'm not saying everyone out there in the country and in the world has to feel or act the way that I do. I just pray and hope that you do accept him, and that's all that God is asking me to do, is to try to introduce it in that way. So I'm not going to sit there and push that on you. I'm just telling you what is in my heart. Let's see, Mama Rose said, does the president know that freedom of speech? Yeah, freedom of speech. Okay, Honey Bear said to Mama Rose, the president allows freedom of speech as long as it goes along with him. Yeah.
As long as it's Republican, he believes in it.
Mama Rose said Martin Luther King knew who he was. Let me see. Martin Luther King knew what he was doing was dangerous, but he knew it had to be done. And so again, and that we can flip on the other side to the Charlie Kirk side.
What had to be done in his speeches and what he was talking about? What had to be done?
Well,
what was his call to action?
I'm just saying that he felt that conservatives were, being undermined, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And really what he wanted to do is just push the conservative values and more traditional biblical values. I think that's what his thing was, because he always brought up the Bible, the Bible verses and stuff like that.
But what about like black folks though? Like, what did we do to the Bible that's so bad that he had to keep bringing us up as far as like the civil rights shouldn't even happen, or it was the worst piece of
that's one that I haven't looked up, because I just heard that about.
Even I harp on the pilot thing, because this is the other clown that has a podcast. Conservative guy that says the same doggone thing. Like if he sees a black person that is in a position of power, and this is a black guy too.
Again, well, we don't want to talk DEI. We don't want to talk. Okay, right? I mean, DEI.
Oh, DEI. No, but my point is that what are you trying to accomplish? If you're going to have a conversation,
we need a whole podcast on DEI, because there's a lot of
inner workings in there.
Yeah,
right.
It's
but
not
what are you trying to accomplish? What was Charlie Kirk's
pilots? It's not just
right. But you're saying what was Charlie Kirk's point? What was he trying to accomplish? What was he trying to accomplish?
Is it good for a world or a country?
I think he was trying to say, and he obviously wants the shock value, right? He's going to say something that's going to get noticed. He wants the clips. Mm-hmm. I know that everybody does. Social media is about that, right? You want that clip. You want to get that person that's being beat up on the street. You want your thing to go viral. That's what social media is about. Right. So that's what he is about too, right? He wants that clip. But I think overall, what he's saying is that with DEI, sometimes you're overlooking more qualified people in DEI, right?
But the problem with DEI is
I know the pilot thing is like, okay, so you got 100%, you got 100 openings, right? And then you got we got 100 people, but there's only one black person in the top people of the 100.
Hold on, I gotta stop you right there. But
I know.
You can't say that.
Why does it always go to that?
Okay, all right, go ahead. Then we don't need to talk about DEI. We don't need to talk about it. No, we're done. We're done.
I wanted you to continue.
I'm not continuing. So I think the fact is, like Martin Luther King back in his day, he didn't have social media, right? But he still managed to do 1 million man march, right? Mm-hmm. He was in a day and time where now we can get 1 million man march, whatever. And so he had such a huge following. And I'm saying that because in England right now, there's like 1 million people marching in support of Charlie Kirk in London. So when people say to me, like other people have said, oh, he's not going to have any reach, that in a week he's going to be they're not going to be talking about him, all this stuff, right? And I thought, well, I mean, we got 1 million people marching in London in his behalf. Like, I don't know. What do you call reach?
So again,
what do you call reach?
Thank you, Tracy, for saying this. I appreciate that, Tracy. She said, I'm going to read hers in just a second. And again, I agree with Tracy a lot on her comment here in just a second. I'm going to get to it because I think we're missing it again. And you're right. I see we shouldn't be talking about we're missing the whole point. It's about humanity. It's like how we treat people is
Right.
regardless of what side you're on, regardless of what political belief, religious belief, humanity. We are people. We have feelings. We have hearts.
Are you reading this? Is this a comment?
I'm adding to what she said. So that's just what she said was I'm
what did she say? I don't even know what she said.
Her exact I'll get to hers one second. Glenda says, oh, let me go back up. I missed this one from Honey Bear. I'm a conservative to the max, but I do not go along with what he said at all.
See, I don't think
conservative. Hold on, I know. Hold on. All conservatives do not go along with the MAGA agenda, and I wanted to touch on that too. But that's another. Man, we have so many things we want to talk about because all of these topics, because that's true. We live in a time where it depends, and this is from G Deuce. We live in a time where it depends on your race as to when the freedom of speech and the right to protest is applied. And again, these are opinions and these are feelings that people are having. And this kind of goes back to what I was saying about the humanity part. You should watch that entire video is what Jody said about what you were talking about, Doc. And Charlie Kirk, let me see. Tracy said Charlie Kirk felt he needed to say the things he said to share his religion. And I agree with that as well. You should be able to get a platform and be able to share.
So ridiculous. Do you think
I know,
was just doing, was he trying to push? Was he pushing? Was he trying to get clicks? Was he trying to get to where he is?
Of course. And Tracy said, I think this is what I was talking about, IC. I think what is being missed is, again, the humanity. And but I agree that's where we're missing the boat and that conversation. Because again, we could sit here for another 3 hours going back and forth on how one side is right or wrong, or they're doing this and they're doing that. But I think at the end of the day, it's the humanity and it's how we're treating people. If we can just stop acting like you're better than anyone else. And I don't care whose side, right side, left side, we're not better than the other person. If somebody is qualified for a job and they need that job and are qualified, then go get that job. If there's things in place to protect people, to make sure that everybody's fair and things are going right, then if you're qualified for that job, if you're overly qualified, then you'll get that job. Then you'll find the right job that's set for you. That might now have been the job for you that you got picked over. So I'm sorry that job you didn't get it, but I'm sorry. Let's see if we can get you another job. So if we can just get that humanity back in and that heart and say, listen, I care about everybody and I need to have that I don't want to say empathy. Let's say sympathy. Let's say I want to care for how they feel and how their kids are raised. I do care that Iceman's family is okay. I do care. He might not think or have the same beliefs or whatever he has, but I wish only good things for his family.
Go ahead.
Well,
and I want his family to thrive.
So
that's true.
But here's the thing. So like us three right now, we see a lot of things different. And as I get to know each of you more and more, by your posts and different things, like I go, why would he say that? And then like I go, but I have to my core, I don't care. That's what he thinks, right? And like I know he does not care for Charlie Kirk, Doc, right?
Who, me?
Yeah, you don't care.
Well,
for Charlie
the,
Kirk.
well, the
hold
crap
on,
he said is off chain. Mm-hmm.
No, I'm just finished. So you made that post on Facebook, right?
I don't
And
remember which one. Sure,
you were just saying like, no matter what, if you believe it or not, no one should die for that, right? Whatever. Right. And then there was some like comments underneath it, and right. I made a comment and I misspelled your name, which now looking in retrospect, that's like I was really going after you with that. Like, well said.
It would sound like it, yes.
Right.
Yeah,
I didn't say Doc. I used I instead of O. So people looking at that were like, wow, he's really coming after Doc. Like you're.
And see, what's funny is Icy knows this because the Doc and I know that you have a sight. Your eyesight isn't as good, and
well,
when
I
you're
just
typing
always
and
hit
you're
the
doing it,
I hit
and
the
so you
I
hit
all
buttons,
the
and
time,
we know
right
that. We know that, so we're not going to get offended, and we're not going to get mad because we know.
Of course not.
So,
but what I'm saying is like, as time goes on, I'm getting it doesn't take away the friendship that we have, right? Like it's a weird thing. Like you did something about the raid on the Hyundai plant, right? And I was like, man, because after Connor said that to me, my son, he brought it up to me and he's like, Dad, did you know? So why would Hyundai want to come back? Blah, 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 right? Going off. And I'm like, I didn't hear about it. So I had to look it up again.
What was his thought on that, though? I'm curious. What was his overall thought on that?
He's got great perspectives. I want to get his son in here.
He's on your
He's
on your
he's
leans
upstairs.
Up very,
go get him.
Very liberal, very left. No, he don't want to get on. I've already asked him.
But the Hyundai thing was stupidity on the
hold
U.S.
on,
government.
Hold on. I don't want to get into the nuts and bolts of that. Right?
Well, Savannah, Georgia doesn't have 8,000 jobs. Good job, Ice.
See,
I'm sorry, Iceman.
Again,
it's facts.
If you want to go, you want to go into detail about it.
Why were supposed to be here?
Why were they here illegally? Why
training us?
Well, no. Why? They weren't illegal. Here illegal. They were not illegal. They had already.
They were on a B1 visa. They were on a B1 visa. Look it up.
They have already.
Look up what the B1 visa is. Look it up.
Whether they have a library
it's
card
for meetings.
or
It's for meetings. It's not for. It's not for employment. It's not for employment. All I'm saying is, if you break the law,
you speak Korean.
Listen to me. If they're on for a B1 visa, which is easy to get, that's why they get
messed up, and you know it.
No. What I'm saying is, like you didn't say that in your post, and I wasn't gonna go out. I wasn't gonna say nothing.
Which one? With the Korean one?
It was the
okay. Yes, I gotta stop you guys. Tracy, our assistant, Icy's, we have to pivot. Sorry, we got to stop this conversation.
Anyway, what I'm saying is that
we'll go back.
She said stay on topic.
If you just read into it more than just what you're seeing on your side, just
I looked it up as well.
B1 visa.
I know, so did I.
You know about the B1 visa.
We'll jump on that. We'll jump on that.
Not only England, but many other countries, Jody said. So yes, there is a following, and we're not going to definitely take that away. They are all out there. Sorry. Absolutely, no one deserves to be killed for what they believe. Ooh, probably shouldn't have said that, but whatever. They believe or say. 100%. Tracy said agreed. Honey Bear said agreed. G-Deuce and Relax to Crockett says we live in a time where outrageous rhetoric gets noticed. Yes, I know.
Yeah, and so social media that was another question.
Again, I think that needs to change. Again, social media and how we use social media. So, actually, it's a good little thing here. Get in the VR headset. You can go in there and be safe and have a voice and actually communicate with people. That's how we were able to come together, because I'll say this again, and I know I've said this many times. If in any other circumstances in my day-to-day life and working and doing my stuff, going to stores and having whatever I do, I would probably never built a relationship with Iceman or Doc and have such a great relationship. I know, have a great relationship with these guys. If it wasn't for a platform that allows us to meet people and understand who they are first, and get to know them, and then thank you, like and subscribe and go to our Patreon.
Share,
please.
So please, all that.
You know what? We have 100 subs on YouTube, by the way.
Yeah,
we have 100.
So I want
no, that's a big thing.
I know.
We need 1,000 though. We need 1,000 to get memberships on there. So let's do it.
So again, find these avenues to where you can connect and have conversations with people where you're not going to fight. And I'm just going to throw this out there. Yes, you are correct. It is polarized, and there's a lot of negative and bad content being pushed to get noticed. Recommendation on my side, put more positive stuff out there. Post information that is positive and good, and stay away from the rhetoric. If there's more positive stuff being pushed and people are pushing it, then by default we'll get more of that in our social feeds.
I'm positive.
Stop getting the rhetoric.
Humans suck.
Yeah, I just want to throw that out there. What else we got?
So
Doc, it's on you.
No, Iceman was about to go into something.
Well, no, I was just going to say something real quick. And it's like, we have free speech, right?
Right.
But if free speech results in violence against that person that's exercising that, do we really have the free speech though? Like, we don't really, because if I'm out in public and I say something and I know that it's going to get me beat up, am I going to say it? So then therefore, do I have free speech? Like,
yes, you do. You do have free speech, because you also have free speech to walk up to that same person that wants to beat you up. You also have the right to say what you want to say in front of him and then get punched in the face. So
I ain't got time for ass whooping. I gotta go to work.
You do have that right. So there are consequences. We're not taking away consequences. Okay, there's a big difference. So you have a right, but there are consequences for your action.
So that's what I was going to say earlier when I was cut off.
Yes,
years
you do
ago.
have the right.
No, so based being a hypocrite, that part, those people have a right to say what they want, but the consequences of them saying that is their employer said, I don't want someone like that working for me, and they fired him. Right. Now the consequences for Charlie Kirk was him being shot. Right. So there's got to be but that's what happened. Right.
Yes.
That's the consequences. That is what happened.
It is a consequence.
Right. That was a consequence of his action. Bye, Devlin.
He's going to get his butt. So anyway, me and you
now. Sorry. Yeah, I heard Simba.
Can we cut his mic off? No.
Is there a way we can get a different host? Who can we interview for a host? Can we get rid of him? We could interview someone else for his position. Oh, hey.
Okay. Honeybear said in my podcast.
See, he interrupted us
we
again.
Disagree, but understand the other's point of view. So yes, I agree, Honeybear. Again.
And by the way, I was at her last podcast.
Yes, he made it
on Friday.
It's on Friday.
4 minutes late. I was 4 minutes late.
What time is it?
It's at 6 o'clock my time, Pacific.
No, it's not. It's 4 o'clock our time.
See, I do it every time. 6 o'clock is killing me for that.
Anybody who's new to the podcast, anybody who's kind of like, look, we're 3 old guys just trying to do something interesting in our
that might be a t-shirt too. 3 old guys.
Be a t-shirt. So we would like you to like, please share, and please subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. We're at 10% of that right now. And even whoever you may think that's interested, please. We have a Patreon. If you want to,
you were good at math, right?
To help,
really good at math.
To help Devlin to get a new camera, because I don't know why he's all pixelated. So he can't afford Devlin, and Devlin cannot afford good internet, obviously. And he can't afford
that's because people are streaming in my house.
Why are you live stream at the same time we're doing?
Yeah, this is your house, dude.
Do something about it. It's your house.
Kick him out,
dude. You suck. That's why human beings aren't going to survive.
You both know that that's not going to happen.
Look at him. He's all pixelated.
I know. It's like a cartoon. Yeah.
That's because I keep coming in and out. Okay. All right. So, Doc, it's on you.
Back to you, Bob. So anyway,
back to you, Bob.
We just look for people's support. Look, again, we're not one of these I guess podcasts that have all these statistics and all the specifics. We all know that things we're going to say, they're going to be a lot of counterparts, but we sit here and we enjoy talking about and having discussion, have people join, and hopefully we'll have more people join as time goes on. We have some great statistics for a beginning podcast. We're on 31, right?
31 right now.
And that makes 31. Us, and I think at 20 episodes, 90% of podcasts fail or don't continue. Let's say fail, not like a restaurant.
It's the first 3. Within 1 to 3 episodes, they fail.
But within 20, 90% are gone.
Yeah, are gone, Yeah.
So we would like your support. And I know you may not agree with everything I say or Iceman or Devlin, but just understand we come from the heart. We have a thing called a Heart Foundation we're trying to establish. We're working on setting up a trust and holding company and things like that to really protect our brand, but to also create an entity where we can help others. And that's really what our goal here. So yes, we're having this discussion back and forth and blah, blah, blah. But our goal really is to put out more positivity. What's the word? Positivity. I'm not smart. See, that's the problem.
No, but you came up with the 10% of subscribers right away.
Quick, man.
Yo, that was hot, right?
Yeah. That 100, that 1,000 and 100, you were quick.
And this is what we want to do. So we can only do it with your support and subscribers. And if there's any other topics, and eventually we're going to do more podcasts during the week instead of once a week.
Next week, tariffs.
But we can't do that until.
Are we going to do it? Are we going to do it? Or are we going to pivot? I'm good with tariffs.
Okay. Hey, Mom. I forgot to say hi to my mom.
So about what Doc was saying, we don't always have the facts and figures, which are needed in discussion. That's true. But I think we're more of an overall. And if we spark the conversations for you to go look these things up yourself, that's what we want. Right?
Please do.
When we bring up
Fact
the DEI, which I'm not going to get into.
DEI, education, veterans, age.
Okay.
Just black folks.
But no, what I'm saying is, when we bring it up, look it up. Look it up yourself, right? Like I said, like with the
Devlin's
speeches
camera's acting right now.
Look
You think you're all good. What you got to say, Devlin? Now your camera's acting right.
Nothing. I'm not saying nothing. No, I'm saying we're not going to talk about DEI. We're not going to start talking about
shave your head or do you melt the hair?
I shave it. Shut up.
You actually shave it? You have hair on you have hair on your head?
Oh, a lot. It grows rapidly.
No,
you don't have no
I shave it every other day.
No.
I shave it every other day.
You're bald.
Do you think I lost all my hair like it just disappeared every single
I just
drop
think
of my hair?
at the point that I met you, you were completely bald.
Dude, I've been bald since like 30.
Okay, then there's no hair that's gonna grow,
shaving
right?
my head bald. I didn't lose. So okay, so
God.
for context, ladies and gentlemen, I got the Batman. Is what my kids and everybody used to say. So I would lose this right here. So I started losing this right up in this neighborhood. So I didn't have a hairline. So it started to go back. So it's all back here. But I had hair that came all the way around. So if I let my hair grow, I'll have the patch. I'll have the bald here with the hair.
Do it.
Why do you put makeup on? What type of makeup you put on your hair?
I don't put makeup on.
Yeah, because you can get a sponsor. We can get a sponsorship, whatever makeup you're using, because it's working. It's working.
It is. You look good.
Is it a black makeup or is it?
Yeah, is it black? Yeah, I agree. I got that question too. Do you use you mix it together like a little black love, like a mulatto type of mixture?
Mulatto. I didn't think we're allowed to use that word. Oh, I just used it.
Does that mean you're mixed?
I don't know.
Did I just do something that wasn't?
Welcome to Heart, helping every American reconnect together. A charity initiative brought to you by the Tri Virtual Roundtable podcast with your hosts Iceman, Doc Maasi, and Mr. Harmony. Our mission is simple: to strengthen communities across America by helping families and children in need. Each of us has chosen a local charity in our area, charities that provide food, clothing, holiday gifts, and support for children and families who are struggling. Along with our local partners, we are also choosing a national charity that supports families all across the country. America is facing a growing crisis. On a single winter night in 2024, over 770,000 people were experiencing homelessness, and nearly 150,000 of them were children. Families make up about a third of the homeless population. These families need more than temporary help. They need food, stability, and hope. We want to help children get the meals they need, and we want to help families provide for their kids, especially during the holidays. Every dollar counts. Whether it's $1 or $10, it can make a real difference for someone in your community or across the country. You can support the Heart Foundation in a few ways. By giving directly to the charities we have chosen. These charities will get the money directly from you, no middleman. Visit our Heart Foundation storefronts in the multiverse, where you'll find links to each host's local charity and the national charity that is chosen. Purchase our merchandise on TeePublic. A portion of every sale goes directly to our charities. Join our Patreon, where some of the support we receive also goes toward these efforts. You can also check out our website, Tri Virtual Roundtable for more information. And as well, your support helps kids have meals, helps families get the essentials they need, and helps bring holiday joy to children who might otherwise go without. Together, we can reconnect communities and give hope to families who need it most. We also want to take a moment to thank you for supporting Tri Virtual Roundtable. Thank you for watching our podcast. Thank you for considering helping with our charities. We truly appreciate each and every one of our supporters. Whether you are a member of one of our social media pages or just an occasional observer, we want you to know we see you and we appreciate you. And of course, that being said, we would still love for you to subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can catch Tri Virtual Roundtable live every Sunday at 2 p.m. West Coast and 5 p.m. East Coast.
How was that, Tracy? Sorry.
Yeah, you made me forget. Oh, keep in mind, everybody who's watching, we're still establishing these entities, but that's our overall, I would say, dream of the podcast, to really establish the heart, helping every American reconnect together. And we're looking forward to doing that. So that's why we want your support. That's why we want you to share. And somebody had made a statement, which is my overall, if I had to sum up my part of this, is that we have Gloria, quote from Gloria, we have freedom of speech, but should also have common sense. Like, we could say anything we want, but damn, be careful
Common sense
out there. And, you know,
I agree.
Again, it goes with consequences. You can say what you want.
Thank you, Tracy.
Yeah.
I was pointing the wrong direction.
But I do want to say too, the Heart Initiative was Doc's idea. He came up with it, and we just fell in line with it because it was so impactful. So
that's what I want to do. I told you, I get jealous of these YouTube videos when they're helping like a homeless person, and you see that emotion. That's what I want to do. So that's my freedom of speech.
Me and I
get out there and do stuff like that. Yeah, man, just to help out people. But we're broke. The problem is we broke.
Major broke. So
I just want to say one thing. I do want to say, if any of you guys watching have ideas for our podcasts, right, please put them down in the chat or
definitely
on our Facebook group or something, because we could just make up our own list of topics every time.
Right, but we want to know what you guys want.
But yeah, what do the listeners want? What do the people watching want?
It's your turn, Doc. Back to you, Bob.
Back to you, Bob.
Yeah, we'll grow and get better. And but this is what we want to do. This is kind of our passion. We all kind of fell into it along with virtual reality and Web3, which we're going to have discussions in reference to that, because we know we're Tri Virtual Roundtable for a reason.
Developers.
And developers. We have some new developers from Expectaverse. We had the developers from Multiverse come on, so we're starting to get some really good interviews.
Yep.
And
the app world in VR also. I want to start talking with the developer over there. We've got some contact with him. So
can I do a call out for someone I want on the podcast?
Yeah.
Misha Tate. I would love to have Misha Tate.
Oh yeah, you guys are.
Podcast.
Yeah.
I met her family. They're amazing people. She's amazing.
Awesome.
And she's local in Washington State. So someone tag Misha Tate in this.
Yes, please. All right, Doc, it's you. Close us out.
Close us out. What? Man, come on now.
Why
are you gonna do that to me?
I did it. Icy did it last time.
He did not. I don't remember.
Yes, he did.
Listen.
Yes, he did. It's all you.
We just got finished talking about like somebody.
It's all you. Why you think I'm asking you to do it?
I'm going to do the prayer and
don't mention Eagles. Don't mention Eagles.
No, I wasn't. Okay. I wasn't gonna say that, but like I said, I need more help than these guys, because I have some beliefs, and we should have a religion. We should have another religion talk.
Didn't we just say that part 2? Okay, go on.
Look, I guess we'll close this out by saying I really appreciate the opportunity to be able to, talk, have these discussions among friends. I really appreciate the opportunity for people to come in and listen and understand what we're trying to say. That we don't believe everybody's bad. We just believe sometimes people have some bad intentions, but with faith and with some basic understanding of each other, things will be worked out. I still think the human race needs a lot of damn help, but God bless us all, and I wish we'll all be okay. That's my
Amen.
Amen.
We thank all of you so much. We appreciate all of you for being here and hanging out with us and listening to what we
ask Gloria. Gloria said we're going to be huge. Why does Gloria think we're going to be huge?
Yeah, why?
Yeah, why do you think we're
Gloria?
going to be huge? Because
is this in the chat? Is this in the chat?
I
Or
got
is
it.
this-
But
You
Gloria,
got it. And Tracy
I
said,
don't
I'm
know-
going
I
to
don't
start
know,
keeping
Gloria.
track for you guys. Yeah, thank you, Tracy. Real world VR. We got a heart. Yeah, there you go. Woo. Oh, I did it. That's what he
I
posted.
think Gloria feels bad.
And
Oh,
Nelly
are they?
Bear-
Wait, there's a real world is
VR?
Yeah, it's on there.
Jesse.
It's in the chat.
He
Yeah.
replied- yeah, he's watching us right now.
Oh,
What's up, Jesse?
Jesse's watching us.
I was gonna mention
Real
them
world
with
VR.
the world.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
G Dude said something. I meant to say something too. Real world VR. I forgot to talk about them too. Yeah.
We broke.
Yeah, we broke. Let's
well-
see. Friday, 7 p.m. Honey Bear. Go watch. She's does her
4 p.m.
podcast 4
Pacific.
p.m. Pacific, 7.
What is this
Eastern.
one about, Catherine?
Amen. Good show.
well,
What's
if
this
she
next one about?
responds
Has
right
she
away.
posted it yet? I don't know.
I
right.
can't remember, but I want to say about World, right?
VR world.
So I open up my messenger and I see a picture. I'm watching you, and it's the front of my house. And I'm immediately calling 911, but then I see that it's from Devlin. I'm like, what? And so he went through VR, went into World, went to my house.
Because
took
he
a
has
picture
your
of it.
address, right?
No,
Yeah, he has my
I got a
address.
story.
Oh.
I got a story. I
And
don't
then-
have your address. So I
Oh.
had to remember and find your.
Oh,
I
'cause
got
you're-
your
And you gotta
email.
travel.
And then I said yes.
done it.
And then
You
I was
gotta
there.
travel
I
it.
said he's next door to auto part or
shop.
auto car place. And I
I
was
don't
saying,
want
okay,
no
so
hate mail coming to me.
I'm
but-
driving I'm flying all around your area. That's not it. And then I found that shop, and I was like,
Mhm.
his house was right
He's
next door.
up the road, yeah.
So then I
did
went
that
right
too.
next
Me and
door.
my mom did it. Me and my mom did fly. Me and my mom did
Took a
fly.
picture of his
You
house.
went to my house.
Yes.
Mhm.
Did I have solar panels in those pictures, or not?
Oh, men are from Venus and men are from Mars. That's what she's doing. Mars and Venus. Yeah, that's what her topic for next week is, for
All right.
Friday. For
I
Honey
wanted
Bear.
to talk the last time. I wanted to talk.
This would
more
be
on
an
your
extra
podcast.
segment. I think we got to
You don't get
close out now.
I know we got to close
Yeah.
out. Hey guys,
Guys, we
thank
appreciate
you.
you.
We'll
We love
continue.
you.
Like,
We'll continue
share,
this.
Subscribe. For those of you that
Subscribe.
haven't hit it yet,
Hold on.
subscribe. Hit.
We're going to
Patreon.
continue this conversation after the
Patreon.
show.
No,
if
we're
you
not.
want to see, that video,
We're not.
Patreon.
Keep it on.
We are.
Yeah,
We're
we're
gonna
going to do an after
All right.
show. We're gonna do
So,
an after show. All right.
I'm
Real
broke.
World VR said, "What's up,
Hold
people?"
And
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to Gloria. Gloria's the person that she sent. I guess she sent us some messages. She has an amazing idea that we're going to institute VR. She's developing a like a kind of a wellness compound in the future.
Oh,
And
nice.
that's the young
one.
lady I told you I sent you
Yes.
information on VR and how to
Yes,
implement it.
Gloria.
So
Yes,
those
we
are trying
want to
to-
help you with
sent
that.
us a whole
Please,
bunch
that's going to be
about her.
fun.
Okay.
Yeah,
And then we
so-
get to go to the resort, right? We get to
Oh,
like get a
Hell
free
yeah, you
like
go for free.
a
I'll
week
sneak you in through the
to
back.
the resort. I
That's
want to
right.
go.
Sneak me in.
Yeah.
Sneak me in,
Mhm.
please.
All right, guys.
All
Push
right,
me
guys.
right through.
Love you.
Okay.
Talk to you guys
Bye,
later.
everybody. Love you. Bye.
Go Eagles.